Good afternoon. Welcome to Glastonbury High School in Glastonbury, Connecticut, and it's another weekend of ECFL football action here on Fans Only Sports Network and ECFL.US. It's the Northeast Bulls, 2-0 on the season against the Hartford Rebels, 1-0 on the season, and the Rebels, of course, have been chirping so much about how they are the number one team. They're the defending state champs, the defending league champs. As we welcome you in the broadcast booth, Matt Jones alongside Tyler Sumner. And Tyler, last week, we were here in Connecticut as well. We saw the Southern New England Admirals against the Connecticut Mustangs, and it was all Admirals after the first quarter of that game. Here's the defending champs. Is it going to be all champs today, or is the Bulls have something to say?
Well, Matt, it goes to show in football where the only thing you'll ever know is what team has the ball at the end of the game. Because you'll never know who controls possession until you see how a team plays their first quarter.
Hartford Rebels in the all-white with the black trim. Bulls in the white pants with the orange jerseys as they trot out to field for the opening kickoff. And we're going to apologize right up front. The Northeast Bulls roster on the ECFL website does not have any numbers on it. So we don't know who the names are of the players. we're just going to call them by numbers as we see them. Hartford Rebels, we do actually have names and numbers to their roster, and so we'll be able to call that one well. Also, we're going to apologize if we're a little off on the clock, as well as we have no game clock here. We're making this one work to the best of our abilities to bring you the action. Opening kickoff set here from the 74 for the Rebels. And that's Josh Wheeler. Wheeler actually plays as the center. And Wheeler gets that booming kickoff. And did we get a penalty flag on the kickoff?
Matt, let's just hope this isn't a repeat of last week with all the penalties we had.
So that's going to be I don't even know what, actually. I think they're going to bring this one back and re-kick it. A false start on the kickoff, I guess. Welcome to what we expect to be a exciting game that has turned off to an interesting start. So Wheeler is going to reset this one, and we'll kick again. And we apologize that we can't get higher up. We are as high up as we possibly can be. So can't see the ball that's blocked by the tents on the sideline. That one is away. And it's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a kick infraction.
So if I believe correctly, Matt, that means the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line.
I believe in ECFL, it puts the ball at the 35. It's going to put the ball at the 35. And Northeast Bulls are going to go into the huddle on offense. 1st and 10 from the 35. Bring your shot back a little bit. Zoom back a little bit. Zoom back. Right there. Right there. So 1st and 10 from the 35. And now they're spotting the ball at the 37 or 38. Now it's going to be 1st and 10. Snapped back, pass play, downfield, sliding and incomplete. Good attempt there to get that one out to the receiver. On the outside, a little bit past the number 9 for the Bulls.
Matt, we saw early, the Bulls just had enough room down the field for the receiver, and if he were to catch that, he could have been long gone to the end zone right there.
Wait to be the 5 of Jordan Baker. Strong safety on the defensive play there. That one is handed off. Run play to number 35 for the Bulls. Flag flies. He gets past the sticks for a 1st down. So he'll pick up a 1st down, and a flag flies, and usually in a situation like that, that's against the defense. So that'll be a declined penalty with the pickup of yardage, and we're going to go 1st and 10. Actually, no, this is a personal foul penalty, so that's dead ball, and that's going to bring them an extra 15 from the end of the run, and that's going to spot the ball down around the down around the 35-yard line on the far side of the field. Step back. Pass play to the corner. Got it. Interception.
Matt, number 6 on the Rebels read that ball perfectly. He absolutely executed that like the good old Ed Reed days.
6 is listed as Tyrell Bowman.
And Matt, you really couldn't ask for a better play from your defense after giving up a huge penalty there too with the personal foul.
So Bozeman gets the interception. And it's going to be Rebels on offense now, 1st and 10 from deep within inside of their territory. Snap play. Pass out in the flat. They can't get anywhere on that. Actually lose a couple of yards. That's going to set up a 2nd down in about 12. Whistles and a stoppage of play. Rashawn Phillips is the quarterback for the Rebels. As they try to punch that one up the middle. Nowhere to go. And it's quickly 3rd down, and if you're the Bulls, you've got to be happy with how this drive has gone, because you might be able to get the ball back, say after a 4th down punt play, in pretty even distance.
Exactly, Matt. If they can get a punt play in even distance, that's huge for the Bulls, because with the even versus odd distance, the even distance actually gives them a good field position. And it looks like the penalty might be unsportsmanlike conduct.
So 3rd down and 10. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. Throw on 3rd down, well over top of anybody in possible territory. They were looking for 2 different receivers. P.J. Bradshaw was intended, along with the one of Jacob Vera, and it's 4th down. A running clock in the ECFL, even on incomplete passes. One of the modified rules. It's a modified NCAA rule system.
And the ECFL has that rule with the double numbers too.
Well, that actually comes out of the NCAA rules, and so you can't do that in the NFL. You can't do that in arena football, but the NCAA allows that to happen, where you can have double numbers, and so that's why we say it's a modified NCAA system, and that's how you end up with players on offense and defense having the same jersey number. You just can't have the same jersey number on the field at the same time, as timeout has been called with, we presume, to be 10:14 left to go here in this first quarter of action, and a fourth down decision to come up here for the Rebels, and quite an auspicious start for both sides.
Yeah, very auspicious start, because on both sides of the football, you have the Rebels playing great defensive football, but you also have the Bulls applying that pressure in the red zone against the Rebels.
And quite a lot of chirping going on down the field as well, which we can hear from our broadcast position. Punt play. And short. And they're going to mark the ball right about where it's going to be, about the 24-yard line. So in actuality, the Bulls gain about 10 yards.
So that's good for the Bulls, but you got to ask yourself, did the Rebels shoot themselves in the foot just now?
Bulls, I think, had good defense. A clear blue skies. Thankfully not humid, but quite toasty 82 degrees on this July 9th. Power play as they try to bunch punch that one off the edge. And the Bulls are able to get yardage. Good for 11 or 12 on the play, and it's going to pick up a first down. So you've got 1st and 10 from the 15. They run that one, and it's kind of running the flat. So try to make your hand motions a little bit smoother. You're like, just move it. Just move it. Yep. Yeah. It's, think of it as like a turntable. You're just swiveling it.
Yeah.
So this is going to set up a 2nd and 9. Play action fake through the middle. Tried to run that out the backside of the end zone. Incomplete. Nowhere to go there. And somehow quickly it's become 4th down.
Matt, right there, back-to-back plays, the Bulls are looking for that same corner back of the end zone and really trying to expose the weakness in the Rebels' defense.
So 4th down, and a chance that the Bulls can just try to chuck one to the end zone here. If not, they'll find themselves in a turnover. And a whistle And a stoppage of play. And a delay of game penalty called.
That one really hurt the Bulls right there, Matt. They were in good field position, but now they're all the way back due to a delay of game.
So now, tricky situation for the Bulls here on this 4th down and now very long. Step back, time in the pocket, throwing it to the corner, going up, batted down. And that'll be an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs, and we see the Rebels and the Bulls are getting choppy at it, Matt.
That's the 17 for the Hartford Rebels. And that's Jaden Scott.
Jaden Scott out there looked like he was playing volleyball the way he swatted that down.
Scott had to go, Scott had to go up the ladder to be able to get that. And he went up the ladder and was able to make the impact.
And another flag on the field here, Matt.
And this might be on the Bulls. Sorry, on the Rebels. Do they have too many men on the field? Might have gotten caught for an illegal substitution.
That really hurts the Rebels because they were just finding a way to get downfield through this Bulls defense, but now back where we started in square one again, Matt.
Pass play outside, hauled down. And they get a couple of yards on the play.
And we got another flag here, Matt.
They'll pick up a second down. That was Jacob Vera.
Do you want me to get tighter? And Matt, this is the type of football you love to see between two teams, going out there playing with all the grit and really letting their emotions show on the field.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, 3rd down and long. And you see that cover defense. Left open a gap in the middle. Trying to run for the sticks. Did he get right to the line? He may have. Was the 0 of Benny Fultz. Right at the line for a 1st down.
Great yardage of gain there, Matt. Reminds me of James White from the New England Patriots, always finding a gap up the middle and really getting through to where you need to be for good field position.
So Fultz is able to get 10. They needed 10 on 3rd down. They would have had 4th down to try to convert, but instead you get a fresh set of downs and the ball just shy of midfield. Mark it like the 46-yard line. Fultz again, making people miss, bouncing off. Fultz trying to go for the edge. He's going to pick up 5 to about midfield and a 2nd down. So Benny Fultz, 2 straight run plays for the Rebels and 15 yards gained on the last 2 plays. We approximate 5 and change left to go here in this first quarter. To the outside, pass play is complete. And it's going to be good enough to pick up about 4. And it's going to set a third and about 2.
Matt, right there, the Rebels had a great run-pass option play that they set up. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get the yardage on that play.
So what does Rashawn Phillips do here on 3rd and 2? He goes in that pistol formation offense set. Man in motion, low snap. Has to pick it up and hit. Ball comes free. That's going to be Bulls ball. Armani Stewart was just stuffed at the line, and as soon as he got hit, the ball came free, and the Bulls were right there to pick it up.
It looks like the Bulls went out there and played that Madden defense where they're going to hit stick everybody in their way and really just force a fumble right there. A huge defensive turnover for the Bulls there.
So it's going to be Bulls ball, and I don't think you can get any closer to midfield than that. That ball is sitting on the 50. That ball is at midfield, so half of a field distance for the Bulls to go here on their next offensive possession. No score here in a fierce first quarter between two of the top sides in this New England division. Long pass play, caught, and that's going to be a first down on extremely positive yardage for the Bulls, as they're going to spot that one. And it looks to be about the 26-yard line. Sorry, 36-yard line.
And Matt, coming into this game, that's one thing we've talked about with this Bulls offense. They're very good with the passing and the slants routes.
Trying to run through the middle, but captured and tackled. And involved in that play was Taji Poole and Dante Phillips. Quick running on second down. Upended as going down to the turf and getting the cut was Jordan Baker.
And Matt, this is what this game's all about. These are the two top teams in the New England division, and they're gunning for that first place spot. This is what football is truly about in the ECFL.
Well, Rebels have chirped since the opening day that they're the champs. They want to prove that they are the champs still, and they want to prove that they're going to be the champs again. It's a third down play. That's good for a first down, and then some. Flag comes out late and all the way down inside the red zone to about the 11-yard line. Maybe we'll see where they spot this ball. The ball's sitting at the 9. There's a flag out in the backfield, though, back at around about the 25-yard line. Is this going to be against the Bulls? It's going to be against the Rebels.
This is a very interesting predicament here, Matt, now, because the Rebels have really been playing ping pong with the Bulls on penalties back and forth here.
So first and goal from the 14. Battling in to the 5. They're going to mark him at the 6 and second down. Knocking on the door. Maybe the best we've seen so far today.
Will we see our first score of the game here today, Matt?
It could be on this play right here. Play action, fake. Trying to cut the other way, inside. Did he get it? No, he's down at like the 2. And that is the end of the first quarter of action. The Bulls are knocking on the door, but it's still 0-0. You're watching ECFL football on Fans Only Sports Network and ECFL.us. Second quarter action about to start here from Glastonbury, Connecticut, in Glastonbury High School. Ball is sitting at the 3-yard line. And a first down. So first and goal from the 3 for the Bulls to knock on the door for the first time. Inside play, stuffed right at the line of scrimmage, and he's backed up all the way to the 10.
What a defensive play there for the Rebels, huh, Matt? I mean, we were talking about earlier before the first quarter ended that the Rebels are going to need a big defensive stop, and it looks like they got it right there.
A 7-yard loss on the play. Sets up second down. A flag flies. Delay of game called again. So they called the stop of forward progression at the 5. But now they're going to be back at the 10 after the penalty.
Just as the Rebels get a stop there, the Bulls shoot themselves in the foot this time, Matt. I mean, this is turning out to be like that game last week, way down in Connecticut with all the penalties again.
That one's incomplete. Out of the back of the end zone, it's going to set up third down.
I'll tell you, Matt, it's like none of these teams right now can find a rhythm offensively. It really looks like we're watching the Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles. Just both teams can't figure anything out.
And this is deja vu because here's the Bulls. Third down from the 10-yard line. We had Rebels in this situation. And they turned it over on downs. Of course, that was the opposite side of the field. Here's the Bulls' chance to strike. Pitch that one to the outside, trying to get an end-around run. Gonna get through. Touchdown! He got it.
A great run there by the running back, number 35, right there. He did the outside pitch to get through the Rebels' defense where they could not find him, and it set up for a nice 6 points there.
So the Bulls do strike first. And they'll pick up the 6. And now we'll see. Do they elect for the 2?
Looks like they're going for 2 here, Matt.
Looks like they are. We have not seen too many teams this season that have a defined kicking game. So they're going to go for the 2. Power play right through the middle, still churning, yes. So they pick up the 2, and it's 8-0 Bulls. They're on the board first.
Matt, you want to talk about a team that's coming out making a definitive statement. These Bulls are coming in here and telling the Rebels that, hey, you may have won the championship last year, but this is a different year, and this is our time.
ECFL football on Fans Only Sports Network and ECFL.US is brought to you by Riddle Helmets, Zenith, My Custom Swag, Game On, Light Helmets, and Liferaft Insurance Company. 8-0 Bulls over the Rebels here in the second quarter.
My bad about that.
Okay, you're learning. That's why you're here. Yeah, good, good. A kickoff to come from the Bulls. 2 men deep for the Rebels. It's going to end up short. That's the 5 of Jordan Baker. And he gets that one with good field position up inside the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Looks like the field judge is going to mark this at. And that's a great run back from Baker and sets the Rebels in the ability to work. So Rayshawn Phillips goes back to work for the 3rd time today. And if you're just tuning in to the game here on ECFL.US, the Northeast Bulls roster on the site does not have jersey numbers associated to the names, so we unfortunately can't give you that, and that's going to be a false start. Flag came out immediately on the snap. And it's going to be on the Rebels, and that's going to back them up.
Matt, looking at the Bulls' defense here and offense, it just looks like frustration's boiling over. Like you said, from where our broadcast position is, we can hear the Rebels and the frustration that's going on with this team right now.
And the coaching staff of the Rebels during that timeout before the kickoff just tell them, hey, just calm down. It's 1 touchdown. And they're absolutely right. It's 1 touchdown with a lot of game left to go. Man in motion. Sets on the outside of the line. And the flag goes up, and did they get a false start again? They did. So 2 false starts on 2 plays. Negative 10 yards for the Rebels. And it backs them up to the 33. This is first in a country mile. That one is batted down right at the line of scrimmage. There was a dead ball because it was a forward progression pass. And it's just batted back. It's a dead ball, and that's going to be second down back at the 33.
Matt, earlier we were saying that the Bulls couldn't find a rhythm. I think on both sides of the ball now they figured it out.
They seem to have clicked in on their last drive offensively and the last drive defensively now here. And that maybe that first quarter break helped them out a little bit.
Yeah, because in the first quarter, the Bulls were looking more like cattle, but now in this half, they're being more aggressive, like the Bulls that should be.
That, again, is an incomplete pass as the pocket around Phillips collapsed immediately. Third and very long from the 33. They have to get past midfield to about the 47 to get a first down.
They need a miracle here, Matt, that's for sure.
That's an incomplete pass, and it's fourth down. Miscommunication there between Travis Samuels, the wide receiver, and Phillips, the quarterback. And timeout called, or are they just changing personnel for fourth down? They are changing personnel for fourth down, and it looks like they're going to punt this one. So Josh Wheeler is going to punt this one for the Rebels. And the Bulls have a receiver standing around about the 45. Low snap, bounces, Wheeler, high punt. It's going to bounce at the 46, 47, and go straight up. And a downed ball, and it's going to be first and 10 for the Bulls from that 46-yard line.
And Matt, again, we just heard the frustration of the Rebels boiling over. They really don't know what to do against this Bulls team because whatever happened in the first quarter has been completely opposite for the Bulls right now.
So first and 10 for the Bulls. Line of scrimmage is the 47-yard line. Pitch play, trying to go around the outside. He gets bottled up. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gained a yard on the play. It's going to set second and 9. Or they're actually going to give him 2. And they're going to say second and 8. A 2nd and 8. From the 48. That's good for about 3 or 4. Across midfield. Down to about the 46-yard line. And a decisive 3rd down now here as you're about 3rd and we'll call it 6.
Matt, you got to ask yourself, if you're the Rebels right now, what do you have to do going into the half?
You're down 1 touchdown, nothing. Just figure out what game you're going to play. That's an open pass play. Missed mark there, and a 1st down. They pick it up across the 40, down to the 36-yard line. Okay, I'll rephrase and answer your question. Fix your corner game.
Yeah.
Because that just exposed it right there. Cornerback and strong safety didn't go. That was a complete miscommunication point. And are they gonna? They're just gonna reseat this ball.
Matt,
try to get it exactly right.
The corner game of the Rebels right now looks just as bad as the Houston Texans every year.
Snap, handoff in the backfield. They can't get him. 2nd time around, they do. And it's the 99, and that is not J.J. Watt. That is Joshua Cooper.
Joshua Cooper trying to do his best J.J. Watt impression, as it seems there on the football field, Matt.
He did. That was a sleek play. He came around from one side. Connor Eastman, the 23 from the other side, and the two of them were able to sandwich the runner in the backfield. Good loss of a couple of yards on that play. Sets up 2nd down and about 13. And they're back to the 39-yard line. The game clock on the screen is estimated, as we do not have an official game clock. That's another play out to the side where the receiver was wide open and the cornerback didn't collapse in on it. And a huge pickup of about 20. And it's going to set 1st and 10 from the 20.
Huge turnaround of events there for the Bulls as they have a fresh set of downs here. And we go into the half.
Timeout. A timeout called by the Rebels. And the Rebels coaching staff not really pleased with what's going on, because we actually saw one of the Rebels coaches chuck his play card on the field right when they called the timeout. 8-0 Bulls over the Rebels. And here's a little bit of irony, because I'll give you a spot of deja vu to last week's game. We were 8-0 or 7-0 at the half. That game ended up 27-0 at the end of the game. Now, if the Rebels hold here and they say go to the half at 8-0, do we see this game end up 27-0? Or will the Rebels be able to pull it together?
Well, Matt, unlike last week's game, I'm really struggling to figure out what the Rebels' game plan is here, because I haven't seen anything too impressive lately.
6.5 we estimate to go until half. Bulls 1st and 10 from the 20. Option play outside. They get nothing on it. They'll go 2nd down Again, from the 20, they get back to the original line of scrimmage. So second down, they actually lost 2 on the play when they officially marked the ball. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 from the 22. That one is a pass play that's incomplete. And that's the first time that we saw good marking defense from the Rebels on a pass play since back on the very first play of the game when they came up with the interception.
The Rebels there, Matt, were probably playing Old Spice coverage because they're saying to themselves now, oh, what a relief it was.
5 and change left to go here till half. Week 3 action here in the ECFL. And our third, actually check that, 4th different matchup that we've seen. 3rd for this broadcast crew. The Rhode Island Cowboys and the Connecticut Panthers to open the season at Pierce Memorial Field in East Providence. And last week, we're in West Haven, Connecticut, as you saw the Connecticut Mustangs take on the Southern New England Admirals. And then this week here from Glastonbury, as the Northeast Bulls take on the Hartford Rebels. Big play up through the middle. And that's what you call a rumbling and stumbling play. To get to the 10. And talk about trying to be good enough. That is just shy of a first down. I don't think you can get any closer.
And right there, Matt, the Bulls quarterback and receiver connecting right there for a good old-fashioned quick bullet pass.
Scores from around the league. In action yesterday, Boston Bandits 61-0 over the Brockton Bucks.
I'm sorry, did you say 61-0?
Rhode Island Cowboys 50-20 over the Troy City Titans. Connecticut Mustangs Granite State Destroyers just kicked off at 6 o'clock. Marlboro Shamrocks Mill City Eagles, Connecticut Panthers Southern New England Admirals, Marshfield Hurricanes Rhodey Ravens, all 7 o'clock kickoffs. Other games in action in the Coast Division, CT River Valley Northmen, Southernton Valley Vipers, the Golden Badgers against the Connecticut Thundercats, Connecticut Rebels, and the Haverhill Hitmen. All in action. Actually, the River Valley Northman Valley Vipers game was at 2 o'clock. We just don't have a score on that game to give you an update on. But yeah, 61-0 Boston Bandits over the Brockton Bucks yesterday, and then the Rhode Island Cowboys 50-20 over the Troy City Titans.
Hey, at least there is a Cowboys team out there that can win big.
We saw the Rhode Island Cowboys in Week 1 against the Connecticut Panthers, and Eric Hamlin and that Cowboys offense are lethal. Dutchy Arroyo, part of that team. I'm sure we're going to see the Cowboys here as the ECFL season continues to rumble its way, the 12-week regular season. Option play. They go through the middle. Good for a couple down to the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal. And the Bulls knocking on the door. And a 2-minute warning given. Hey, not bad. We're about 30 seconds off on our game clock.
Not bad at all, Matt.
As I said, we are estimating it. There is no scoreboard clock. And we're trying to go flag flies. Free play here for the Bulls. And that gets wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Penalty is against the Rebels. So it's going to repeat 2nd down, and they're going to pick up half the distance to the goal line. So the ball now sits at the 3-yard line.
Matt, do all these penalties look familiar to you?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're in Connecticut, too.
Yeah. Traffic's heavy.
Bulls go to the same play that scored in the first touchdown, right across the goal line. They're going to say down at the half-yard line. Is that an injured Rebels player? All right, timeout. And it looks like might be the 4. It is. It's the 4 of Jermaine Everett Welcome. So Everett Welcome just got his bell rung on that last play. And he's going to come out walking off under his own power with the training staff. There we go, 3rd down from the 3-yard line. Clock ticking away. They push the pile. Rebels push back. No. They'll mark the ball at the 1.5. And the Bulls are going to have one last chance. They're going to go pass play out in the corner, batted down. Flag is down right at the goal line. Offsides on the Rebels. So they'll reset and do it again. And it's half the distance to the goal line, so the ball's going to be at the half-yard line. Now, do you just try to power it through? There's a Reggie Bush push.
Or a bus play.
Yeah. Because this is essentially the half. Repeat of fourth down after the penalty from the half-yard line. They go right through the gut. Still pushing. Is he across? They pushed him. There's a massive pile. Touchdown.
And Matt, as the late, great John Madden would say, that was a boom play right there.
So they get him across. And it's 14-0 Bulls. And they'll execute the 2. Or attempt to execute the 2. And then go to the locker room with a huge lead.
Matt, you want to talk about an exclamation point going into a half? I think the Bulls just added those onto it with that huge running play at the last second of the quarter.
Out in the flat, cutting back, cutting a second time, stumbling, and they say no. His knee went down before he broke the plane, so that's going to not complete the 2-point conversion, but it's going to send them to the half. 14-0 Bulls over the defending champion Hartford Rebels. And we'll take the halftime break as well. Or do they have a couple of seconds left on the clock? I think he's had 2 seconds left on the clock. So they're going to kick this one off. Two seconds left on the game clock.
It's crazy. I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. So, do the Rebels run this one back into a touchdown?
That would be insane. Not out of the realm of possibility of things that we've seen happen in football, of course.
I mean, we once saw a 28-3 comeback.
Think of the Saints running back a kickoff. They're going to just squib kick that. He's going to go down. That's going to be the half. So that will take us officially now to the half, and it's 14-0 Bulls over the Rebels as we've reached half. You're watching ECFL football action on ecfl.us, produced by Fans Only Sports Network. Back here at Glastonbury High School, we get set for third quarter action. It's the Northeast Bulls in a commanding 14-0 lead over the Hartford Rebels on the power of 2 touchdown runs in pretty good space. Matt Jollis alongside Tyler Sumner. That first half. Wow.
Really something there, Matt. I mean, we saw frustration. We saw tears. We've seen sweat. I mean, we're getting the whole package here.
ECFL action on ECFL.us and Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Riddle, Zenith, My Custom Swag, Game On, Light Helmets, and Life Raft Insurance Company. We get set for the third quarter action. Kickoff is up. Rebels catch that one. Cutting run to the outside and getting up to about the 40-yard line. The 9 of Paris McDougal. Bless you.
Thank you.
So 1st and 10 for the Rebels from the 37.5-yard line.
Matt, we do say in football that halves can make or break a team. Let's see if the Rebels can have some sort of hope here in the second half.
Can the Rebels flip the script and score 14 with holding the Bulls? First play is incomplete. Tried to go outside to the 1 of Jacob Berra, and no connection there between Phillips and Vera. It's 2nd down.
Well, Matt, no surprise here. The Rebels are picking back up where they left off.
We shall see. It's one play. Phillips outside. Zoom in just a tad bit more. Adjuster over a little bit more. No, zoom in just a little bit more. And adjust back this way now. Yep. Okay, perfect. So now 3rd and 10. As the sun gets behind a little bit of the clouds, changes the perception on the field here. We also cross 6:36 p.m. Eastern Time, and a big pickup for the Rebels. Gets them across midfield. Phillips, handoff in the backfield. Trying to find space, picking up about 5 or 6 on the play. Coming out of the backfield was Tyrell Bozeman. Phillips waiting, holding, scrambling. Phillips now tries to go for the first down marker. He's going to fall just shy. 3rd down and about 3.
Third and 3 here, Matt. A crucial play for the Bulls, which could ultimately be coming back to haunt them for a potential comeback.
Time, space, got it, complete, and a big first down play to P.J. Bradshaw. That is the biggest pickup we've seen the Rebels offense put together today. As they're going to get the ball 1st and 10 around about the 15-yard line. They can still pick up one more first down at the 5. And a big play on the outside corner, trying to go in. Did he get it? Touchdown!
Matt, right there on that play, I saw nothing but excellence and execution from the Hartford Rebels there, with great precision on the outside pitch for the run game. As the Rebels are setting up to go for 2 here, Matt, it's going to be very interesting to see where this ball game is going to go, as the Rebels opened up with a huge drive and huge scoring possession there.
And we apologize if you saw any little hiccups in the video signal there. Is what we do know happens is that if there's an EMS call, and we might be very close to a firehouse given where we are, if there's an EMS call, they get priority spot on the signal, on any signal in the area, on any radio, satellite signal, or whatever. And I think we just had an EMS call, because we just went solid to yellow and then back solid. So I think we just got knocked off by an EMS priority. Unfortunate situation, but that is something that we've dealt with the satellite signals. But a big pickup by the Rebels. Do they convert that? And this game's cut in half, quote unquote, at 14-8. Well, do we have a tale of two halves?
What was it that the former Boston Celtic Kevin Garnett used to say?
Anything is possible?
Yep.
And here it is. Anything is possible. as Josh Wheeler will kick that one. Good run back play. That's going to set up a first down for the Bulls.
So, Matt, going into the half here, we thought this ball game was just not even a contest anymore for the Rebels. And all of a sudden now, in the third quarter, it's a ball game again. And that is what the ECFL is all about, Matt.
That's what sports is all about.
Except if you're the Boston Red Sox and losing all the time.
As they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And she certainly hasn't sung yet in this game.
Maybe she'll be singing Sweet Caroline for the game.
Somehow I cannot believe that the Yankees are at 60 wins already.
It's blasphemy. As a Red Sox fan, it's blasphemy. I don't know how
Big play up the field. And are we just going to have a seesaw game here in this third quarter?
Who knows?
1st and 10. They're going to spot the ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
And next week, Matt, I'll be actually in Yankee Stadium to see the Sox Yankees, so I can give you that insider info to the Yankees secret when I come back.
If we can get it.
It's funny because I don't even think it's pitching. I think it's just the bats.
Bats help the pitching, I guess.
Who knows, but us Red Sox fans have something to look forward to on Tuesday with Chris Sale coming back.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. He had a fairly decent outing.
Football game here, Matt. It's like a game of tug of war. It's pulling and pushing every time. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to OT today.
We'll see. Still a lot of game left to play. That's a huge pass play on the outside and a first down.
A huge first down there for the Rebels. Excuse me, the Bulls. And you got to wonder now, Matt, if the Bulls go down and score here, how much pressure is on the Rebels' shoulder? As they did convert for first down here, Matt, the Bulls are looking to spark some more intensity.
That play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
Matt, did Lawrence Taylor just come out of retirement to play one more game there?
That was a LT type play the way he hit him.
He was like Bill Goldberg hitting a spear out of nowhere. As the Bulls move to second down here, Matt, they have to get a big push and show the Rebels what Bulls football is all about.
And we apologize again if you have seeing any hiccup in the transmission, as we are at the mercy of the ability of catching a signal from the middle of no man's land. I feel. How have we done 2 games in the middle of no man's land?
That's Connecticut for you.
That is Connecticut for you.
And Matt, I want to take it back to that huge defensive stop there with the Rebels real quick. As you mentioned, it was an LT type play. I mean, he hit the guy so hard, you got to wonder if he went through alternate dimensions there. And the quarterback is forced to slide on the play and makes it 4th down. Matt, with the sun starting to come down and getting a little shady around here, feels nice for our 2nd consecutive week of calling football together with blistering hot heat.
It has been 80 degrees plus, and it's still over 80 degrees. It's 81 right now, and it was 83 at kickoff, so it's only gone down 2 degrees.
But I'll tell you one thing, this football game is like Phoenix, Arizona, because the action is just hot.
Whistle. And a stoppage of play.
Is it a neutral zone infraction?
No. I think they're just going to reset the ball again.
How much time we got in the 3rd quarter?
Fourth down and a punt play coming up here for the Bulls. And that one is going to bound around and go out of bounds. And all sorts of fisticuffs now between the Rebels and the Bulls. And we've got referees and coaches in the middle of all sorts of things.
We got a benches clearing ball here, Matt.
That is not entirely, but pretty darn close. Coaches from both sides in the middle of it.
I mean, Matt, yet again, we're in Connecticut, and there was a lot of traffic. Are you surprised we had an accident?
We're going to take a second on this timeout to try to see if we can maybe do a quick reset and reboot, see if we can steady this thing out, see if maybe we can gain a new signal.
And folks, we're sorry for the late calls here, but we just had a huge scuffle there, Matt, and that's something you don't see in football every day.
That is something that you don't see in football every day. And that might be that. Hey!
Maybe it won't be the first one we see today, Matt, with the way this game's going. As they look to be at the 1 yard line, Matt.
Yeah, that's a lot of personal foul penalties. And here's an opportunity for the Bulls to try to get a safety. Rebels are going to get the ball out up to the 5 yard line.
And we have no idea what the calls were.
Just a lot of personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct penalties. That's all you're going to get in that situation. That's all you're going to get. And again, we apologize for any of the hiccups you might be seeing in the game video. We're not in a press box situation. We're running at the mercy of garnering signal as best as we can. I feel like I'm in the middle of a metal jungle, too. As we do our best to be able to get this game to you. As always, you can catch a solid copy of the game immediately after the game is completed or shortly on the evening of. Let's go to fansonlysports.com, fansonlysportz.com. We were good for about the first half of this game, and something in the area definitely happened.
Matt, I definitely can assure you that we must be winding down to the end of the third here.
We've got to be pretty close. We've got to be pretty close to the end of this third quarter. Rebels trying to see if they can eke their way out of the backside zone. They got pinned back to about their 3 yard line. They've got the ball up to the 15. Phillips looking. Deep pass. Going up for it. No flag for pass interference called. And that's the third quarter. The Rebels strike back and cut the lead in half. It's 14-8 at the end of the third. You're watching ECFL football on ecfl.us. Fourth quarter action about to get underway. Plays down there. Plays down there. As they try to come up, the Rebels still trying to see if they can get out of the zone, and a huge hit right at the sidelines. And the Rebels have the ball up to the 30-yard line almost. That's going to be just shy of the 30. Timeout called.
Now, Matt, for fans at home who are watching that don't know how long quarters in the ECFL are, how long are they usually?
15-minute quarter. It's a little bit of a modified clock rule. They don't stop the clock on incomplete passes like you see in college football and the NFL, even in high school football. So it's a 15-minute modified clock rule. That's what we'll call it. It's not really a running clock.
It went back solid red on the YouTube stream and not on the Boxcast stream. We're fucked. No. I'm just going to have a conversation on Monday and tell them we can't do games in Connecticut because the games are nowhere.
Yeah.
Snap. Deep pass. Try to get there. Dropped in between double coverage. And they can't get it. That was Jacob Vera running down.
Matt, it looks like both these teams here have Saturday night fever, huh?
Saturday night fever, or I don't know. For me, it might be some Saturday night Chinese after this game's over.
I think for me, it's going to be some high-quality H2O.
It has been a hot day out here, and that is a huge play blown up in the backfield, and that's going to set up third down and long.
Speaking of H2O, Matt, why not enjoy some H2O with the water boy?
You going to go Bobby Boucher on me there?
Oh, yeah. High-quality H2O. Classic movie. Gotta love it.
Well, whatever our signal hiccup was, looks like we've actually suffered our way through it.
That's what Connecticut's all about. Stranger Things.
Yes. Season 4 out right now.
Have you watched it yet, Matt?
I have not.
It's great. Best season yet, and it all ties together.
That play blows up again in the backfield. And they are able to snake it through as Phillips puts the ball down right at the sticks, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rebels from the 40-yard line.
And the Duffer Brothers, who actually direct the show, have come out and said Season 5 will be the last one. Bit of my childhood gone, Matt.
1st and 10 for the Rebels. Phillips looking, rolling, scrambling out of the pocket. He's going to get sacked.
And number 20 there for the Bulls, along with 27, getting it done like Micah Parsons out there, Matt. Coming in right from that edge, just putting the pressure on the quarterback there. Bulls said to the Rebels, if you want to do your J.J. Watt impression, we'll do our Micah Parsons one. As they set up for second down here, Matt.
No, and you can hear that one from the stands. Yeah, no one picked up the blitz as that play gets blown up in the backfield again.
Credit to the fine gentleman out there with the Atlanta Falcons hat helping us. Nobody picked up the blitz. If that's one thing the Falcons are always good at, Matt, it's reading defenses. So now third down for the Rebels, and the Bulls applying more defensive pressure with tighter coverage. Matt, what are you going to see from the Rebels here?
Pass play. And that one doesn't work. Still. So it's now 4th and 10. They've blown 3 straight plays.
Matt, last week we were comparing the Connecticut Mustangs quarterback to Sam Darnold. I think the Rebels quarterback's looking like Blake Bortles out there.
No, Phillips is an absolutely good quarterback. Just having an off day. There's miscommunication with the receivers. Phillips has time. He has space. He's getting the ball to where he wants it to go to. The receivers aren't getting there. And 4th down. And you can see it. Phillips is putting the ball right where he wants that ball to go. And the receivers are too far down, too far left, too far right.
If I'm the quarterback of the Rebels here, I'm taking my offense to the side of this, to the sidelines, Matt, and I'm saying, listen, get your act together because we still have a game to win.
There is still plenty of time, or so we assume, on the game clock. And the Rebels' defense is going to have to come to task here and try to stop the Bulls. Bulls scored the first 2 touchdowns of this game, made it a 14-0 game. Rebels struck back. As we wait for this 4th down. No, sorry, they set that one. Offense here for the Bulls. Pass play. And there's the Bulls with a connection, and a flag flies after the play. And another flag flies. And if you see it that late, that's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, definitely, Matt. I mean, they should make a movie about Connecticut in the ECFL called Where the Wild Things Are. Because this game has been nothing short of wild, hasn't it, Matt?
So we've got flags down on the field at midfield. Referees in a communication conference. They're going to talk where this is all out. Bulls are motioning it's on the Rebels. Of course, the Rebels are going to sit there and motion it's on the Bulls. Game reset's going to be 3rd down and 12 for right now.
If I'm not mistaken, Matt, I think in the fourth quarter here, we're approaching like the 7 to 6 minute mark left in the game.
Should be round about that. And they're going to knock off from the first down mark. So it's one penalty on the Bulls, which is 15 yards. Then 2 penalties on the Rebels, which puts the ball, my apologies, let me get this right. 1 penalty on the Rebels, which is the 15. Then 2 penalties on the Bulls, which brings the ball back 30. And they're going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
What do they say football's all about, Matt? The longest yard? I think we're about to see it.
I'm getting yelled at by Ron for things you're saying.
My bad.
Shot right on the outfield line at the sideline, and that is a big pass play for the Bulls.
You can't talk bad about players on teams. You made a comment about Phillips, the quarterback. You can't make comments about the players on the teams.
That's my fault.
The players all follow us on Instagram. We talk shit about them. We're done. Like done.
I'm sorry
So
about that.
you can't make like personal analysis comments about players.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not protected. We're not protected like a college is.
Mm-hmm.
Second down. They try to go for the end-around run. Nowhere to go there. Got back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd down. Third down and 7, we call it. Just shy of midfield. Snap. Bobbled ball, and he dropped it. And it's going to set up 4th down as the clock continues to tick away, and the Bulls are going to hand this ball back. And the Rebels are going to have an opportunity with about 5 left on the game clock, or so we assume, to try to be able to tie this game up. Timeout called by the Bulls. 14-8 here in the 4th, and a pivotal 4th down play. Are the Bulls going to try to go for it, or will they turn it back to the Rebels with time for them to try to tie the game? You're watching ECFL football on ecfl.us. big fourth down play. And they were able to convert that one, and it's good for a first down. That changes the dynamic. So now here we go with the Bulls and a fresh set of downs. First and 10. Handoff in the backfield, trying to go end around. Getting through, barreling, and almost picking up another first down. He's going to be just shy of the sticks. Call it 9 on the play. And it's going to be second down and about 1.5. And the Bulls are trying to run this one out. If they score here, it's going to be a 2-score game, and it's going to be very tough for the Rebels to try to get back. Oh, the chirping war that's about to go on online. If the Bulls come away with this victory. They pick up the first down. Rebels were trying to say the ball came loose and it's their ball, but he was clearly down by contact. Good play through the middle. Getting to the outside edge. Trying to continue to run through. Waiting for a signal from the referee. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. And they're going to mark the ball at about the 7-yard line, as it looks like from the angle that we're on. Timeout called. And the Bulls talking over what they're going to do here. First and goal from the 7, and a chance to put an exclamation point on this game and put it to bed. Fresh set of downs. They're going to run. Still trying to push the pile. They pick up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to set second down. And if you're the Bulls, you just run, I think.
Yeah, at this point, if you're the Bulls, you pretty much just run the ball, run down the clock, and go home with a victory today.
Still far enough out on the clock that they're going to have to run plays. Can't go victory formation here yet, or at least we're going to assume so. They have second down. I did see the referees checking their watches. And they're looking at their wrists. So we got to be close. Snap. Play action fake. Throws. Just off of the edge of the receiver's arms. And it'll make it third down. If the Northeast Bulls hold on to this one, they'll go to 3-0 on the season. The Rebels would fall to 1-1. And the Bulls will have a lot of bragging rights on social media tomorrow. Whistle, stoppage of play, delay of game. And we've seen that out of the Bulls a number of times today already. Just not minding where the play clock is. And yeah, you don't have the screen with the play clock on it like we see in college and the NFL. You got to keep it in your head. As timeout called by the Bulls. Third down, and they've backed themselves up to the 15 because of the penalties and the loss of yardage on a bad run. We'll see if we got any more scores in from around the league. As the referees are whistling for the players to get back to the field. CT River Valley Northmen, Southington Valley Vipers. Valley Vipers win that game 30-6. And that's the only other game from today that we have a score reported on. All the other games are still in action. Check ecfl.us for score update information. Final moments of this game from here in Glastonbury. And it's third down for the Bulls from the 15. From the 20 now. Pass play. Short, hits the back of the defending player. And incomplete, and that'll bring up fourth down. And last licks here for the Bulls.
Matt, I fully apologize for that.
You just said that into the mic.
Huh?
It'll pick it up. We'll talk after the game.
That is whistled incomplete. Coach is having conversations on the field. Now the Hartford coach going out to talk to the referees. Northeast Bulls coach was out talking with the referees. I feel like sometimes these games get into like whose line is it anyway?
Right.
points don't matter and everything's made up. No, these points do matter. This is a hard-fought game between two top sides in the division. Big play. Intercepted! In the end zone. They'll bring the ball out to the 20. Rebels are going to have 1st and 10 with shades left on the clock in this game. And the Bulls defense better be careful. Phillips has the ability to launch a ball. We've seen some strong pass plays from him already in this game. If the Bulls cover defense or prevent defense isn't careful, Phillips will rocket one. And if it's on target, we're talking about a whole different ball game. 1st and 10 from the 20. Phillips sets. There he goes. Going up the ladder. No call. 2nd down. And a sideline warning to the Rebels. If he got that ball, he was at the 40 on this side of the field with space. Second and 10. Pocket collapses. Phillips has a scramble. He's going to get sacked. And it's 3rd down. And he lost about a yard on that play. Third and 11. Timeout called. Probably the last timeout called by the Rebels. And a big 3rd down play. The pocket has to protect Phillips at all costs on this play. He has to be able to get this ball well downfield, not just the 11 yards for a 1st down. He's got to put this one well downfield.
Yes, he does, Matt.
No surprise, empty backfield. Everyone wide. Phillips launches it. Separation. Got it! Head tap from the 18 in white and black. Holy moly. That may have been the best play we've seen all summer. Chris Easter just cracked open an Easter egg. There's Easter again. And he fights to get out of bounds. He does. They're going to mark the ball at the 45. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 45. Chris Easter. Wow, what a play.
What a play indeed, Matt. And you got to assume here the Rebels don't have much time left on the clock.
No, I think I heard them say 1 minute. I said our game clock obviously well estimated. We don't have the ability of seeing a clock. We're trying to go as best as we can. Phillips has to do that again. But now the Bulls are going to key on a player like Easter. From the 45. Play action fake. Phillips steps up in the pocket. Scrambles outside. Right at the line of scrimmage. Throws one. Tipped. Incomplete. And the clock will continue to run because it's a running clock after an incomplete pass in the ECFL. Third down from the 45. A touchdown ties the game. Phillips, interception, and he's going to run it to the house. All the way. Pick six, game over. There's your exclamation point, Bulls fans. A pick six. And it's 20-8.
Matt, the other night we had a balk off, and tonight we have a pick off.
It is a pick off because that's going to be it. They're going to have a chance at the 2-point conversion, and you can say whatever you want to try to say about miracle plays that happen in football, but you're not getting 14, 16 points in whatever seconds probably have to be left on the clock in this game. They tried hard, and you've got to give it. You have got to give it to the Rebels offense. Rayshon Phillips and Chris Easter did just about everything they could, and that is just one of those unfortunate ways of how the cookie crumbles. A pick six. Two-point conversion's going to be no good. And it'll sit 20-8. Bulls are going to go to 3-0 on the season. Rebels are going to fall to 1-1. And the Northeast Bulls have the social media bragging rights to chirp the defending champs. There is still 9 weeks left to go in this season. There is still plenty of football left to be played. But you want to talk about an early season statement game. You come out against the defending champs on your home field and you win 20-8. You got to feel good about where your team stands.
Indeed you do, Matt.
If you're the Northeast Bulls coaching staff, this is a big one. Bulls are going to get the ball back with not a whole lot of time left on the clock. And talk about a tale of two sidelines. There is a lot of jubilation, a lot of movement on the Bulls sideline opposite our broadcast position. And on the Rebels sideline, you would have thought this was the championship game. Bulls are going to kick this one away. Good booming kick, end over end. It's going to pop in front of Easter. He's going to scoop that one up. Runs to the opposite side. Cuts underneath. Chris Easter still on his feet to midfield. Gets out of bounds. And Rayshon Phillips and the Rebels offense are going to have a chance to try and see if they can just get something. Actually, I don't even see Phillips out on the field right now. I'm saying 35 seconds left. And they're actually not even going to put, Phillips is actually not even going to come out on the field. They're just going to take that one and kneel it down. And that's going to do it. The Bulls, in their home stadium, take down the champs 20-8. They go to 3-0 on the season. Hartford falls to 1-1. As the two teams come across midfield, and I gotta say, for this one, player of the game on the Bulls side, I'm going with the entire Bulls backfield. Because the run game today, it didn't matter whose hands they put it in. The run game for the Bulls today was strong. You talk about establishing the run, they established the run. On the opposite side for the Rebels, I was up in the air, but then what Phillips and Easter did in that last drive, I got to say, Rayshon Phillips for the throws and Chris Easter for the head tap. Gets that one. They tried. That's all you can ask for out of any player is you come out here and you put it all on the field. They did. That's my players of the game. Tyler.
Yeah, Matt, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I mean, the backfield of this Bulls team was just phenomenal today. And if they can keep that up all season with a strong backfield, it's going to be a great season for that Bulls team.
That wraps up week 3 in the ECFL. As the Bulls win 20-8 over the Hartford Rebels. For Tyler Sumner, I'm Matt Jolis, all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network. We thank you so much for tuning in. You've been watching ECFL football on ecfl.us, produced by Fans Only Sports Network. Keep cool and have a good night.